Welcome back to Character Select. It's I, Tyler, once again here
Mal.
with Mal. He's Mal. We're doing Sorcery 3 once again. We have just finished slaying the Serpent of the Earth here on this X, is where he died.
Rocky boy.
Ripping pepperonis. We have...
He threw volcanoes and stuff at us. It was rude.
He threw a whole volcano at us. We have knowledge of 6 of the 7 serpents.
Mm-hmm.
We know the fire serpent is this... Well, we guessed that the fire serpent's the little red snake that was following us in here.
But since we kept approaching it and looking at it, it kept running off.
Yeah, we should have ignored it and then gone to sleep. But anyway.
So the one thing I don't ignore is the one thing I'm supposed to ignore.
Mm-hmm.
In the
and everything that you're supposed to turn around and pay attention to,
I ignored.
Whoopsie doodle.
Yeah, no.
We have
I couldn't
the Earth
have planned
Serpent
it better
here.
myself.
Earth Serpent here that we just killed. We got the Sun Serpent in our pocket.
Which is a phrase.
The Water Serpent is here. The Time Serpent is here. So we are looking for the Air and the Moon Serpent. Now, having played this game before, I remember where the Air Serpent is, so that will be fun. A fun surprise for later.
Oh, boy. Alright, so Tyler, would you prefer to go, Well, I was going to say, I guess darkness closes in. I was going to say, would you like to go kill the fire serpent before we go too far on, since otherwise we'll have to backtrack further?
Well, if we go up here, we can get this thing and teleport to here.
Right. We can teleport instead of having to climb all... Well, we'll still have to hike around... Well, no, because that's right near the woods.
Yes, it is.
Alrighty.
You continue following the road. Darkness closes in. You need to rest, especially after so long walking with an empty belly. You are following the ruined line of an ancient road.
Look into the darkness.
The darkness looks back. You pause to look either side into the darkness. To the east, a little shine indicates the start of the waters of Lake Iklala. Then you must cross to reach Zanzunu Peaks. To the north, you are hemmed in by mountains. From somewhere overhead, something shrieks.
Well, that's not great. 'Tis night, because we battled Earthy Boy until the sun went down, which, epic battles always do. We do need to eat, and we do need to rest, but we only have 1 ration. I'm not happy about that.
That's right.
We have bloomberries, but I would prefer to save... I guess we can use this as emergency rations once we use our last one.
Excuse me.
Maybe
we might find rations somewhere in the ruined town.
Or some moss to shove into our face hole.
Or we could go down to the lake and see if we can catch some fish.
Do we even have fishing gear?
No, but we got magic.
Fair. Let's go ahead and get the towery do first.
All
I guess that. So, but it is totally night, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I
Make
want
your
to rest.
decision.
Something's shrieking. We shall rest here.
This is no kind of place to rest, but the day has been long. You sit down, trying to repress a shudder. The ghosts of ancient cartwheels seem to run through you.
The what? Ancient cartwheels?
Yeah, because we're on a road.
Oh. Ghosts of ancient the ghost of ancient cartwheels seem to run through.
Yes,
That's
the
weird.
wheels of carts, not people doing side flips.
That's what I saw. Ghosts of ancient cartwheeling dudes. I was like, excuse you? That's weird. I guess get up and walk around. Get up and walk on, since that's like no place to rest. So I guess
you cannot rest. This is a place of constant movement, however deserted it might be. Looking northwards, you can see the northern reaches of the Zanzunu Peaks, and somewhere there lies the ruins of the ancient city of Tinpang, once filled with the Archmage's most devout followers.
Well,
we can head south, we can go to the lake shore, or we could follow the road.
Er, you're very insistent on going to the lake shore, aren't you?
Well, I'm just saying, like, the dude's right here.
I guess if we can go rest on the lake shore and then deal with him and then go up, and yeah, maybe we can get some fish. We'll go to the lake shore.
All right.
Sitting there throbbulating at the water serpent, like, what are you doing?
You follow the road as it curves and bends, and finally begins to descend until it reaches the shores of the lake. Looking out across the vast expanse of still water which stretches to the horizon, your resolve grows. How can you cross? There are no signs of either people or boats, and the far shore is lost in darkness.
Alright,
You can either
rest
here, walk along the shoreline, blow the whistle, or leave the shore.
We shall rest here for now, since Bro is sleepy.
You might as well camp here for the night and make your plans in the morning. Laying your pack down on the shore of the lake, you try to settle despite the cold. You have not eaten today.
We shall eat our last ration then.
Removing the last food you have, the nourishing bomba fruit from your pack, you break your fast and try not to think about what you will eat tomorrow. Then you close your eyes and let your tiredness overtake you. The long night is kept busy with visions. Once more you are falling into a pit of burning rocks, but every time you land, it is only for the stones to melt and you tumble further down. All the while you hear distant laughter from the east. Only 5 serpents remaining. Sunrise over the lake is beautiful, if chilly. Now you must work out how to proceed.
Let us walk along the shoreline.
For several strides you follow the sandy shore eastwards, but find nothing of note. The shoreline ends in a collapsed seawall. It seems this was once a harbor of some kind. In the distance, over the water, a few bird-like creatures turn in the sky. You can gather some sand, walk the other way, wait, or blow the whistle.
We shall gather some sand.
You gather a handful of sand.
We shall walk the other way, see what's there, and then eventually we shall blow the whistle.
You walk back and try the other way. Again, you come across nothing that might help you get across. Thin clouds drift across the open sky above the lake.
Alright, then I guess we shall blow the whistle.
The sound of the whistle scuds across the open water. A few minutes later, the undergrowth nearby begins to rustle.
Approach the bushes.
You approach the bushes, curious to see what is making the noise. All right, comes a grumbling voice from between the leaves. Hold your horses, I'm coming. What's your rush?
You're the ferryman?
You call. I will be in a moment if you give me just a second. He answers. You hear a sound which might well be the pulling on of trousers. The man emerges from a bush, a scruffy, unwashed individual, somewhat overweight, but with the shoulders of an ox, that he no doubt needs to pole across the water all day. He scratches his chest thoughtfully.
That is an art.
It is an art.
That's a heckin' art right there. Greetings.
And greetings unto you, yon scuffy tramp, he replies, scratching his nose as he speaks. Now, where to?
I wish to cross the lake.
Of course he wants to cross the lake, he laughs. Everyone wants to cross the lake. Everyone that's around these parts anyways. But I still ask, where to? It's my little jest. He wipes a little tear from his eye. Right then. Wherever you want on the lake, 4 gold pieces.
I don't think this is the ferryman.
What do you mean?
Because I think we found the ferryman already.
What do you mean, Mal?
Bro that was, like, pinned to the wall.
Yeah, sure, but who's this?
Not the ferryman.
Yeah, but who is he? If not the ferryman.
Well, that's the one that killed the ferryman, which is probably Airbro.
You want to pay the 4 gold pieces?
I would prefer not to pay. That's too much.
You lie. It's the price, he answers with a shrug.
What spells have we got? I kind of want to see if we can cast the SSS spell on him and be like,
Well, no. You can make 6 of us.
Damn.
We don't have...
Telepathy.
There's Doc. We don't have Fix, because we don't have the Staff of Oak Sapling. God, the Illusion of Worship. Law. Fog.
We don't really have anything to assist.
Doesn't seem to.
I guess wave him away for now. I will find... Oh, yeah, you wave him away.
Line.
I will find another way.
The ferryman rolls his eyes. I'm here now, aren't I? Let's be doing this. He disappears into the undergrowth once more and reappears a few moments later, dragging a heavy boat behind him. Give me a hand, idiot! He barks.
I don't know how to... Because I'm almost certain this is not who he seems to be. But it's not giving us the option to do anything about that. And I don't necessarily want to get too close to him. You're the ferryman.
You remind him. And you're a lazy sprat, I see that, he grumbles. He huffs and puffs the boat into the water. Cat,
don't.
Thank you.
Kit Kat, don't go with him.
Come on.
Okay, well, I mean...
No, you're fine. Something about this doesn't feel right. You shake your head.
I will go my own way.
You declare. It's a big lake, he replies.
I'm quite sure.
Mm-hmm. You tell him. As you like. You step out and the boat drifts away. And don't bother blowing that whistle, he calls. I'll know to ignore it. And with that, he is gone.
Alright, well, that's inconvenient since we do need to fight him. But we also need the boat to go across the water.
Yeah, so why didn't you get in the boat to kill him?
Well, because then we'd be stuck out there. There's no way back across the lake.
We can teleport.
The hell we can't! There's nothing out there!
Or float. Or we could
drown.
cast wind to blow us back to shore.
I just don't want to reach a point of no return and then be like, oh, you can't go do any of the other serpents.
Well, I don't think we can get him back, is the problem.
Ugh. Then I guess if we can't get him back, we shall rewind time.
Let's see. Yep, can't get him back.
Alright, then we'll just rewind time. Gotta go further back.
Could swim.
No, we're not gonna do that.
Meow.
That one. Right there. So go east, pick up the sand. And then I guess blow the whistle. Approach the bushes. You're the ferryman. That's a heckin' picture. Greetings. I wish to cross the lake. It's too much.
Because it's pretty obvious he wants you in the boat, because he's like, oh, I'll just hand wave that 4 gold pieces I asked from you.
Suddenly, yeah. You're the ferryman. I guess we'll get in the boat.
You get in. Then he pushes you out into the water and hops aboard himself.
And then... Do we have to fight double serpents?
Maybe. The boat slides away from the shore, and the early morning sun makes the air glow. The boat drifts, and the ferryman stands at the prow, scanning the water. You go into the ancient road, he asks. All the way to High Zemin?
The ancient road? Question mark.
It used to be a thriving settlement, this. One of the most powerful cities in the world. For the curse, of course.
The curse?
You walked the wilds, I say. You've seen it. Nothing stays real for long round here. Things don't happen under the right order. Unstuck the whole place.
Glancing down at the oars still resting in the boat, and then at you, he shrugs his wide, heavy shoulders.
Plenty of places to see on Lake Ilkalala,
he muses.
and a few below.
He hefts his pole and stares away into the distance. We go on the lake, or on the lake.
I just saw there is a teleporting beacon down there.
Yep. We do need to get that one.
Yeah. So, I don't believe...
This looks like a little inlet here. Maybe we could go around there and park and see what's up at the tree.
I don't know what's up on the tree, yeah. Kind of curious as to what... It's just a lone tree in a crater. So let's go visit Crater Tree.
I think I remember what's there.
Only the shadow knows.
The ferryman pulls the boat onwards across the water, and the moaning winds pull at your pack and sword. It seems you have reached a part of the lake that is too deep for the pole, and the ferryman points sharply at you and snaps,
Take the oars, fool, and start rowing.
Somehow his manner seems to have changed quite suddenly, and his tone is altogether more aggressive.
Yeah, I'm making the Minecraft. I guess we shall row the boat.
You shrug and take the oars. The water is thick and heavy, and every stroke is tiring work.
I
the
see.
ferryman is silent, watching you as you struggle forwards through the water.
He's wanting us to wear ourselves out. Very clever.
You continue sculling the boat while the ferryman steers with the pole, and as the sun climbs towards its zenith, the winds pick up. From his place at the prow, the ferryman watches you thoughtfully.
You been to Timpang, he asks. You from there?
Why do you ask?
He replies, suspecting his question conceals more below its surface.
Strange place, Timpang, the ferryman replies. It was destroyed a long time ago, turned into a ruin, completely abandoned. Long time ago. But people still come down the road, time and time again, wanting ferrying from there. It's most of my trade.
Where do they go, these people?
You ask.
That's a good question. The strange thing is all different places. Some are headed for the Horns, trying to get across them since the bridge is gone. Others want the Hazaman Road, but are meaning to turn south to the sea. Others still think the fortress will harbor them.
The fortress?
Fortress of Sorcerers. That's what Mampang was called before it became Mampang. Before the Archmage really came into his own.
The ferryman tests the water with his pole, but it is still too deep.
Do any visit the islands?
The islands? He replies, surprised. Why would they do that? All these islands are empty.
Were they always empty?
Ferryman shrugs.
Most likely not. It used to be a busy lake, this.
Ferryman chuckles.
Well, the ferryman replies with a twinkle in his eye, I can see you'll never be setting foot in Timpang anyhow.
You've come within reach of the bay of a low island.
Right,
Would you like to go ashore?
Yes.
You row onwards under the ferryman's guidance.
I'll get out here.
Oh, I'll get out here, you say. He tips his hat as you approach land.
Call if you need me again,
he remarks as he ships away. The sun is hot now. The island is rocky and barren. In the center is a rise of land from which a tree grows. In the shallows stands a tall pole from which hangs a bell.
Look at the bell.
The bell is set with a silver clapper attached to a rope. The wind shifts a moment, bringing with it a terrible stench. Then the smell is gone.
Huh? That's Ominous.
Hmm.
Let me see here. Maybe we'll look inland first.
Okay. Leave the shoreline and head inland. You circle the shoreline of the island to the north as you climb your way up the rising stones. The surfaces are slippery with thick moss and vegetation. Suddenly, your easy pace is interrupted by a cry from somewhere inland.
Listen.
Stop to listen. It is a human voice, and you make out 2 words. Stay away!
Keep listening.
You make no more movements, not wanting to give away your presence. Stay away, cries the voice. Analander, stay back! Don't come closer! You hesitate on the rocks. Surely this is a trap.
Huh. That's concerning. But now I am morbidly curious. I never was good at following instructions. We shall approach the voice.
You got it. The voice's whimpering and dire cries continue. You climb further around the island, a little higher at every step, until you reach the island's peak. But as you approach, you realize it is the lip of some kind of pit.
What spells we got?
We have Fog and Foff.
Huh? So
Tell.
That doesn't help.
Sus. Walk. Big. And that's it.
Let's do a quick sus.
It does cost stamina.
But it's just the one. Oh, well, we don't have any food.
That's up to you. We do have 4 blimberries.
We do. Okay, we'll do a quick sus.
You weave the spell and a steady voice begins to speak to you. The voice warns you that there is great danger here and death. The Archmage himself has touched this place, and the spell fades.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's not great.
Yeah,
I thought you said there were goodies here.
I did.
Oof.
Potentially.
In theory.
Because I remember what this is.
Oh, do you now?
I do.
I guess... climb to the pit's edge?
You clamber upwards and the voice does not stop its constant warning. Between sobs, it calls, Analander, stay back, come no closer, please stay away.
Good grief.
You clamber up and over the edge of the stony pit. There is a single bare tree at the pit's heart. But tied to the tree, head slumped forward, is a sight master. His eyes are shut, but he still calls out, stay away, stay away!
A sight master?
Yes, sight master is the person who gave you your spell book at the beginning of the first book.
Damn.
They are able to see very long distances, and so like he could look out.
That's right.
And tell you which way you needed to go.
Well, hell.
But his eyes are shut.
Anytime there's anything to do with eyes, it reminds me of Murder Eyebrows. Is it the same sight master?
I don't know.
What is the danger?
You call from the edge of the pit, edge of the clearing, not quite daring to approach. The sight master sobs in reply, his eyes still firmly shut. Please, just stay away. Leave me.
Do a quick look around. What is there anything else down here?
You look around the clearing for any signs of traps, but there are none. The rocks are barren, and even the tree is dead.
I am very concerned, but I don't want to leave. I will not leave you.
The Sightmaster stops short in his crying and tilts his head. Is that you? He breathes. Analander, is that you? You recognize his voice, of course. This is none other than the Sergeant at Arms from Analand, who spied the path ahead for you when you crossed the wall. He has none of his magnificent strength about him now.
It is I.
You murmur. The Sightmaster shakes his horn helmet in despair. You should not have come, he insists. I tried to shout. I hoped you would turn back if you heard me.
What is the danger?
The Sightmaster body racks with a sudden pain. Analander, how I long to look upon your face. It would be of great comfort to me.
What happened to you?
You ask, horrified. The Sightmaster shakes his head pitifully. His eyes, you notice, are still firmly closed. The worst thing that can be done to such as I, he murmurs.
How long have you been out here?
I was captured by Boatman a week ago. They flew me to this point, tied me up, and left me. But that is not all they did. He begins to sob once more.
The Archmage did this to you?
You demand furiously. He is mad, Analander. They say he's more terrified of you than anything. He only wishes to see you killed and does not care how it is done. Even those that follow him are afraid of him now. That is why he has taken the crown.
I will get the crown back.
Do not underestimate its power, he replies. The crown is lined with jewels of gold and bone circlets, and its horns are shaped with spines that channel starlight. It is a Grimalkin, a machine of magic, he gasps. It channels spells of worship and illusion. Whoever wears it can control the will of all they see, without effort or skill. The Sightmaster gasps suddenly. Please, he gasps. You must leave. I cannot stay like this much longer. I must look. I must. My eyes are on fire. Not to look. It is like not breathing.
I am going to cut your bonds.
You tell him. The Sightmaster nods. Do so, but do so quickly and then run. I have kept my eyes shut for 7 days. You cannot imagine the pain of it, and I cannot keep them closed for much longer.
But what happens if you open them?
You perhaps know of the red eyes of Kare, he answers. If I open these lids, what is behind them will burn everything they see. His voice turns to darkness. But I am a Sightmaster, he continues. You hurry over to the man and slice through the bonds that hold his arms against the tree. The Archmage knew you would come this way, he breathes. He knew you would search the islands on your journey. I am not the only trap that awaits.
Save your energy.
He shakes his head. There is nothing to save it for, Analander. He gulps, perhaps about to vomit from pain. Beware the other islands, he continues. For one waits the most powerful of the 7 serpents, the Serpent of Time himself. Beware, he means to kill you.
How can I defeat the Time Serpent?
The Sightmaster shakes his head. I do not think he can be defeated, for he is faster than time himself, or itself. I heard the Birdmen say this. Stay away from him, Analander. His freed hands are lifting to rub his face.
Run for it. Thank you for all that you gave me in my training.
You tell him firmly. You clasp his shoulder once, and then turn and scramble away down the stony gully. The Sightmaster's gasping breath echoes after you, and you head back to the shore. You return to the shore of the lake. The pole with the bell marks the edge of the water. The Sightmaster's desperate whimpering is carried to you for just a moment on the breeze.
I guess ring the bell?
You tug the rope and the bell rings with a clear and steady chime. After a few minutes, the boat slides out of the mist of the lake towards you. The ferryman hops down into the shallows. You again, he smiles. Climb aboard.
Get on board the boat.
You clamber on into the boat and the ferryman pushes you away from the shore. You continue rowing while the ferryman turns the boat with his pole, and the sun begins to dip, heading towards the horizon. From the island at your back, there is a sudden, violent scream, and you look up to see a flash of flame rising to the sky.
Sightmaster.
It would seem the Sightmaster chose to look down when he opened his eyes. You travel for a moment in silence, just pulling on the oars.
Damn. Bro, literally, damn. Well, that makes me big mad.
Yeah. Because the implication is that because he's a Sightmaster, he can see everything.
Yeah.
So, and the red eyes thing makes him burn everything he sees. So if he looked anywhere, he could, burn, the world or whatever.
Goodness.
Anyway.
Yeah, no, that's kind of fucked up.
Thanks,
Archmage, you're an ass.
Yeah, we'll deal with him in the next episode. So thank you everyone for watching. Click that like button down below if you like it. And Mal.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? What do you think about this guy, the ferryman?
I think he's a serpent, but at the same time, I don't think we can easily get across the lake without him. So, does he ambush us when we finally go to leave? I don't know.